Makes huge mistake that backfires in epic fashion. This woman just can't seem to leave well enough alone and just retire. She can't help popping up at different locations around the world making a royal fool out of herself. This time, on Monday, the two-time presidential race loser showed up in Auckland, New Zealand to promote her book of lies and detail her excuses as to why she lost her second run at the presidency in 2016. Clinton once again took the time in Auckland to promote her book of conspiracy theories, What Happened? And also took the time to take multiple low blows at President Trump throughout her tired speech and during interviews with the New Zealand media. But this time she was very careful not to mention his name much. Instead, she called him a creep for standing too close behind her during a town hall-style debate. The 2016 Democratic presidential loser described her presidential election loss as a perfect storm, where former FBI Director James Comey, the media who covered her email scandal, Russian interference and division within the country led to the election of an outsider like Donald Trump. It was all the same old with Hillary blaming everyone but herself and her ways. We already know the drill. But the thing that really stands out the most this time is she said we in the US are living a very important struggle right now. Struggle? Our economic numbers are better than any time since 2000 and companies are coming back to the US thanks to the Trump tax cuts. Where is the struggle? Struggling was having to live under a regime like Barack Hussein Obama's, who thought the best way to fix an economy was to tax producers more and give people more welfare. And you, Hillary, you stood by silently and let this happen. Never once did you take Obama to task over his ineptitude in socialist ways. So how about you now shut up already and retire while a businessman fixes the mess your party left this nation in? Here is more on this story via Fox News. Hillary Clinton slammed President Trump as a reality TV candidate and again claimed sexism contributed to her defeat in the 2016 election while on a speaking tour in Auckland, New Zealand on Monday. Clinton, who is promoting her book What Happened, took multiple jabs at Trump throughout her speech and during interviews with New Zealand media, although she didn't mention him by name much, the New Zealand Herald reported. In particular, she called him a creep for standing close behind her during a town hall-style debate, a moment during the campaign she's often brought up since the election. You know, in the past, I felt like I had to be kind of careful in public, sort of keep my guard up. Well, those days are over, and I am so pleased that I can pull the curtain back in the book on the unprecedented election, the first reality TV election in American history, Clinton said. I am so pleased that I can pull the curtain back in the book on the unprecedented election, the first reality TV election in American history. Hillary Clinton. Hosted by the Growth faculty, the former Secretary of State discussed sexism, particularly in the U.S., and how she said it impacted her political aspirations. Tickets ranged from $195 to $595, according to the event page. The more professionally successful we are, the less people like us, Clinton said of women. She said she was historically liked whenever she served as the First Lady or a member of former President Barack Obama's cabinet, but not when she decided to become a leader and run for president. She praised New Zealand for recently electing its third female prime minister, Jacinda Ardern. She's the country's youngest prime minister since the 1850s. Clinton said although she doesn't plan to run against Trump in 2020, she believes he could be defeated since we now know a lot more about the kind of campaign he runs and the kind of candidate he is. She said neither she nor the press did the job they should have when dealing with Trump. Part of our problem was this unprecedented reality TV campaign, and he being the first reality TV candidate in our history, Clinton told Stuff, New Zealand's online publication. The media didn't know how to cover him. It was like they were watching a car wreck or a train wreck all the time. Hillary Clinton says being a capitalist likely hurt her among socialist Dems. And his insults and his scapegoating and his horrible comments about people with disabilities and Latin Americans and immigrations and everybody, it was just so hard to understand, she said. So the press didn't do the job it should have. I didn't do the job I should have. I think people were almost mesmerized by this display. We had a good discussion, which included some domestic policy here in New Zealand that Mrs. Clinton had an interest in, Ardern said after the meeting. She added that the pair talked about being a mom in the political world. Clinton said they had a broad-ranging substantive and personal conversation. She told Stuff Ardern's win was a shot of optimism for her after she lost the presidential election. The two women also exchanged gifts. Clinton gave the mom-to-be a Buzzy Bee toy, And Ardern gave the former First Lady children's books for her grandchildren, the Prime Minister said. Clinton said she also gave Ardern a personalized copy of her book, What Happened?